And welcome back, everybody. Season 11, Friday Night Fights. This is the first Friday of Season 11. We're taking a look here at Division 4D. And with me, as always, is Charles.
Hello, great to be here. Excited for a new season.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. This is the biggest season we've ever had in Rebbl so far. And we get Division 4D. I kind of requested that we have the lowest division just so we can get all the new people that come in right off of their letter divisions. So like we'll be the first show they ever listen to usually. So we've got a captured market. They can't go anywhere. They can't compare us to anybody.
And we're also gonna give more attention to maybe some coaches who don't get a lot, because a lot of Rebbl is focused on the top tier divisions, and maybe some of these guys would get kind of forgotten.
Yeah,
we're gonna do our best to give the best coverage to them.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed that a lot of the names that we covered before, we see them a couple of times, but now we're getting like all new people that are just moving up, and they'll go on to bigger and better things with our coaching and tips advice.
Yes, and it's an interesting thing about this division that these teams are quite young, so I'm sure all of those came from the Ramp Up League.
Yeah.
So this is going to be their first official season on Rebbl. We are welcoming them.
Yep.
That's nice.
And this is the first season on Rebbl. We have a third person helping out on the show. Charles, you want to introduce them?
Oh yeah, I'm quite excited to make the Friday Night Fights family bigger by bringing in Jovsek. How's it going?
Hello there, and I'm excited to be with you in this new division and watch together all the matches that we'll have.
Yeah, we've got the United Nations of Benetton of shows now. We have America, Brazil, Greece. We can start like a Formula One racing team with all of us now. This is awesome.
Oh yeah.
All
Sure.
right. So,
and Jovsek, when he says he's excited, I gotta tell people that it's true. He's not lying, because I'm actually telling him to do less stuff because he wants to do everything, and I'm telling, don't go too crazy, man. You're gonna go crazy on recaps.
Jivasak, you're really a numbers crunching kind of person, aren't you?
Yeah. It's like it's my third season also in gym, and I was always like, this player did something, and I want to be shown in a way. And I start packing small things, and now I want to just show them.
That sounds cool. So if people have any data things to share, I think they should look for Jovsek on Discord and tell him about it. He's gonna look into it, and he can also share some data if you want.
All right.
Of course, I would be more than happy to share them.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back and after these messages. And welcome back to Friday Night Fights. I hope you enjoyed those commercials. Of course, big shout out to our sponsors this season. Charles, we're going to be looking at playoff predictions. Now, have you taken a look at these teams and got any ideas on who's going up and who's going down? What do you got?
I have. We have the caveat that two teams still haven't accepted their tickets, so I haven't taken a look at them.
Right.
Maybe Jovsek has them. So what we're gonna do is, I actually do this with a tier list. So what I have so far is the Stirland Hornets as my top team. They are alone on tier 1. And then I have Beer Brow Club, Bring Out Your Dad, and Rebbl Cheese Thieves as tier 2 teams, which means they are very good teams that I expect to do well, but maybe they will not be so reliable as the Hornets. And then for tier 4, I have Sweet Tea Forever, the Director Squad, Mass Boats, and Bloodverin Silurian, the Lizardman team. Everyone else is on tier 3. We're gonna show that at a later time once you get it ready. So my playoff pick would be the Stirland Hornets. They beat everyone. They look great. They have an amazing defense and amazing offense so far. So who you guys got?
Go ahead and who do you like in this matchup, Juvasek, or for this division?
I would like to say that this division will be amazing, and I'm pretty sure about it. The fact that with Charles we don't agree even to the tire teams, it's amazingly good for the division.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of diversity in this division too.
Can you share your tier list?
And that's fun. Yeah, in Tier 1 teams that I expect to challenge the position for the playoffs, I have 4 teams. Of course, I have the Steel and Hornets as you do, but my heavily favorites are the Bogey Bombers, the human team.
Oh, that's interesting.
They are, as far as I checked, they are pretty well balanced team. They have the necessary guard and the movement speed that humans have to make every sort of plays.
Yeah, they've got a lot of guard on that team, and they do have a lot of well-rounded skills all around. Plenty of dodge this early.
Yeah, and keep a track on it, but it's the only team with a mighty blow tackle player.
Okay.
The only in the division, yeah.
They'll have some lizard skinks to hit, and some elves as well. Skaven.
Yeah. Yeah, and getting that mighty blow piece early with tackle is going to pay off dividends for any elf teams you face. Let's take a look. My pick for this division is the Commanders in Grief. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's an outside of the way pick. Who would ever pick that team? But have you looked at these uniforms? They're beautiful. My goodness. These are the best looking uniforms in the division. I went through here with a fine-tooth comb, and I couldn't find anybody who looked as good as these fellas do. The black and white checkers with the red pinstripes. Oh, they're beautiful. So
seems like a good enough reason.
Yeah, it's about as scientific as any other reason to pick a team. So, Commanders in Grief. Don't let me down, guys. And remember, the team I picked last time went all the way to the playoffs. So, that's probably not true. That's definitely not true, is it?
I wouldn't say that.
I think Charles, I'm pretty close to 100% on these picks. I don't know what you're talking about.
And by the way, you also picked an ARC team last time around.
Oh,
so
no, that's true.
I see some bias going in
That's
there.
true. I picked 2 in a row. That is... Oh, that's horrible horrible casting. Why don't we take a quick break since I dropped out of the client. We'll take a quick break, talk to our commercial sponsors, and we'll come right back. And welcome back to Friday Night Fights. Right now, our segment on the show is Juvasek's picks for most interesting players or players to kind of keep an eye on based on the statistics he's been keeping. So, Juvasek, why don't you give us some information about your first pick?
Oh, the first pick would be from the Cheesy Thieves. Those 3 players that I will tell you, they will make a huge impact in the league, or they will die trying though. The first is the Gutter Runner from the Cheese Thieves, the Paneer. It's a natural 10 movement sprint sure fit.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a man. That's a little machine.
That's the team value of the team.
Yeah, that's 150.
If you watch closely, yeah.
So that's the one player that's carrying the team for them, pretty much.
Yeah, and the one player that all the others team will try to kill though.
Yeah.
And an early favorite to score most touchdowns on the division, right?
Yeah. The second player though would be from your favorite team, Commanders in Grief. Yeah, it's just as if you knew it. It's their blitzer. Andrews Maxson.
Yep.
Why he will have the impact. He's the only player in the division, in a such heavily strength division, that has a mighty blow piling on. He's the only player in the division.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, he's got 5 KOs inflicted already. So he's got 25 injuries inflicted already. So he's doing some damage.
Yeah, and in this kind of division, he will do a lot of damage.
Yeah, no,
and a lot of results will come.
Yeah, a well-rounded division like this, he's going to see a lot of opponents, not just bash, so he's going to get plenty of opportunity. Cool.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of low armored people for him to bash around.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice to see. He only played 8 matches and he already caused so much damage.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think he will be a player that I will keep telling you about in the next recaps probably.
Awesome. And who's your last player you want us to keep an eye on?
The last is again from an org team, the Dragdar squad, but for a totally different reason.
Okay.
Because it will be a Bassi league. The best thing to have is a black orc with 5 strength. As a first kill also. He can stand to the Beast of Nurgle equally, to the Ogres in the division. Croxy will be an equal match. He's such a high strength player at this low value teams that it will be a big impact in the match.
It will, and then he'll be able to single blitz a catcher or something, or a skink, and get 3 dice on him. And with no nega traits, that'll be really nice. And then when he does get blocked, it's going to be a murderous piece.
And it's a potential superstar for the future because he already got his magical level up as the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has all kinds of potential. It's an amazing player.
Yeah, that's a nice piece.
I hope he sticks around though.
Uh-oh, we just gave him the caster's curse then. He's doomed.
Let's hope not then.
All right.
Yeah, I want to see more of him.
All right, well, thank you for sitting in with us, Juvasek. Hope everybody enjoyed that.
Thank you very much for having me. I enjoyed it, of course.
Yeah, we love any kind of numbers, data, because otherwise we just have a silly show here that we just kind of make up stuff. Well, except for Charles. Charles does his homework.
Everyone from the division, as you mentioned before, that wants some stats or something to see, he can contact me through Discord, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want information about some of the stats, hit Juvasek up. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come right back with our next segment. And welcome back to Friday Night Fights, Season 11, Division 4. This is our Contender Series where we took a deep dive on one of the coaches and his teams. Charles, who do we have up this week?
We have Commanders in Grief coach Onania. Welcome.
Hi guys, thanks for having me on the show. I look forward to it.
Hey, thanks for coming on the show. Now, I have one question that's really been bothering me about your team, if you don't mind answering this. Why did you pick such good-looking outfits? Man, those are good-looking uniforms you picked. You picked the second best uniform for orcs. I have to commend you, because I'm looking at the other orc coach in this division, and he picked the Christmas colors. He's got green and red. It looks god-awful. But you went with the checks and the red. I like the checks with the yellow, but that's okay. So what was your decision-making here?
So the checks with the red, I feel like orcs, it's easy to put green on the kit as well.
Yeah.
But there's enough green with the men themselves. And one thing I do is when you're playing with any team, you really only see the back of your own team all the time. So I always turn the players around when I'm trying to pick a kit to see what it looks like.
I like that you take time to actually think about this. Now, it's kind of a joke around here that I worry about everybody's fashion choices. But you don't have a lot of customization in this game. It's nice to look at the field and know that, oh, that's my team. They don't look the same. So, well done. Even your logo selection was well done because it blends with your team. This guy gets it, Charles. I'm going to fire you, Charles, and bring this guy on the show. All right, let's talk about some real stuff here. Commanders in Grief. Oh, look at your naming scheme. Well, so tell us a little about your team here and what you've done.
So the Commanders in Grief are a play on Blood Bowl as well as United States presidents.
I see.
They're all Commanders-in-Chief, which is another name for the United States president, hence the name Commanders in Grief.
Sure.
Our motto is "In Nuffle We Trust" instead of "In God We Trust."
Gotcha.
All United States money. And then presidents and try to mash their names with words that are often associated with Blood Bowl.
Now, one of the things on an earlier segment, we were looking at some impact players for the entire division. One of your players made the top 3 players in the division according to our metrics. And
yes.
That was number, who was that, 6?
Number 6, Andrew Smaxon.
Andrew Smaxon getting block, mighty blow, piling on this early, and he's just giving people the business already. 25 injuries inflicted, 5 KOs, no kills yet. That's coming. Is that kind of your favorite player right now, or is it just he happens to be getting the work done?
So I like him. In Eurogamer, my strategy was I picked a blitzer each game, or with that blitzer to get the first level on him and get the build started.
Okay.
So I believe Andrew Smaxon actually has 3 or 4 touchdowns as well.
Oh.
So I just threw a couple touchdowns on him, threw Mighty Blow on because I was up against like a Skaven team in the 3rd week, and he's just been working great for me.
Yeah, it's a good piece this early, and especially we were talking about how diverse the division is, that there'll be a lot of opportunity for him to get some business or some hits in.
There's not really much claw palm this early in a league, so he's pretty much as fierce of a piece you're going to find right now.
Yeah, where do you go next with him? What's his next skill you thinking?
I have to take a closer look at the division, but in general, it'll either be
tackle
or
jump up.
Well, if it's a doubles, it's going to be jump up. If it's a regular, it'll be tackle.
Yeah. Let's see. You got 2 black orcs with block already. That's nice to start the season with at least half your block in place. Linemen. I don't really follow linemen because they usually die pretty quick. So I don't know if normal is block on linemen.
It's really not. Normal in general for me is wrestle.
Okay.
But I don't use an orc thrower. I think they're bloat.
Yeah.
So what I generally do is I have 2 linemen that I give block on at the beginning and try to develop one of them into a ball carrier.
Okay.
Wow.
That's an interesting thing.
And then after that, I'll go to wrestle on all the linemen.
That was my next question, actually. When does the ball carrier come from? Because I saw you have the blitzers more towards control and killing, and no thrower, as you said. So I was about to ask, where does the carrier come from? And don't you think that maybe the lack of movement is going to hinder them?
Yeah, it's a concern. I'd like to point out that the thrower as well. So if you're comparing a lineman to a thrower, you're not really losing much there. All you're losing is the free reroll on a throw if you have to take it. Also, the black orcs, since they're only movement 4, marching up the pitch, you can't outrun your protection anyway. So I think all the concern about only having a movement 5 runner is a little bit overblown.
Yeah, I think one of our show contributors, Brian506, he would run with his blitzers when he'd start a team. But I mean, I'm interested to see how this works out for you. I've never seen anybody run with a lineman, so it'll be fun.
That's one of the reasons why I get the first skill on the blitzer really quick, because if one of the first skills on the blitzers, agility, the blitzer becomes my ball carrier.
Okay, so you're hoping for an edge up at some point, and that becomes your dedicated runner. Gotcha.
Yeah, that'll generally be the ball carrier.
I gotcha. All right, Charles.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I want to go back into the Pomber, the early Pomber. Can we expect that as a sign of your team going full kill style, or will you look for some more control options going forward?
I am not a full kill type coach. In general, I'll put on at least 3 of the black orcs up top. That'll be... You won't see another Mighty Blow piece for a little bit on this team. I focus mainly on control, and then have that blitzer normally protected, runs up, gets its hit, comes back.
Okay, that sounds great.
Let's take a look at your stadium, the Oval. Oh, the Oval Office. Check you out. Orc Cheerleaders, good job. And Bloodweiser is your sponsor. Your statistics going in right now, looks like you got 5 wins, 3 losses, so you're doing fairly well for yourself, especially starting with Orcs are kind of one of those teams where if you start out well and get your Black Orcs leveled up quickly, you can really do a lot of damage for the first season. Let's take a look. Anybody in the division you want to take a look at, or anybody that you want to call out now, feel free. Anybody in the division that's got you worried? Or
So, the game I look forward to most this season will be Bring Out Your Undead, and that's Rand the Mad is the name of the coach.
all right, and why don't you tell our viewers why that is that you know him?
So Rand and I both have mainly played on PlayStation.
Okay.
That's-
You both came
And-
from PlayStation leagues
Yep.
into PC, and that's weird that you guys both got dropped in the same division. Interesting.
Yeah, we were joking about it. We were like, oh, maybe we'll fall into the same division and we'll get to play each other. And lo and behold, here we are in the same division.
Yeah, and he's an undead coach. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one.
Yep. Here's the thing: it's Bring Out Your Undead, but it's a Khemri.
Hey,
team.
what's he doing here? It's tricky.
Yes.
All right. Well, now
all his team names are based off of Monty Python.
All right. Well, since he tricked me like that, now I hope you do smash him.
It's very Monty Python-esque that you'd put undead in the title of the team and then have it be a Khemri team.
Yeah, of course. I was looking at that and I saw 4 mummies, and I was trying to do the math in my head. I was like, wait a minute, something's off here. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Feel free to smash him, and he's got ugly uniforms, so go ahead, do your work.
That's the game plan.
Yeah. So cool. I think we've already taken a look at all the teams earlier, and you were my pick to finish top of the division. So don't let me down.
Whoa,
I
that's
know.
big.
That's gonna be a curse, though. The last person I cursed like that did win the division, so you have a lot to keep up here. But Charles didn't pick you. He thinks your team's terrible. That's
I didn't say that.
oh, you
I'm
didn't say
getting a
that?
good amount of TV here in some of these games. So.
Yeah, you got 1290. That's right in range. I mean, some of these guys are up to 1500 already. Sheesh.
It's crazy. Was it one of these teams I was looking at? The ogres are already in 1500. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, that is weird. Maybe it's just a lot of games. Jeez.
I think there's a dark elf or no elven union. I think it is. And here is.
Yep. 1360.
Well, they're 1360, but they have 3 players that aren't counting towards their TV right now.
Oh, jeez. Oh my.
So they're
gosh.
actually 1590.
My gosh. Yeah, and a strength up lineman. That's rude. And of course, Charles picks elves because Charles has a bias for elves.
Yeah, I have them as my #1 team.
Yeah.
Well, I actually played against this team already in the Eurogamer.
Oh.
How do you go?
I believe I lost 2-1, and it was a super unfortunate 1-9. I think it was turn 12. I still remember it. Turn 12, really bad 1-9. I was marching down the field for the 2-1 victory. He got a blodge step piece barrier, and I just couldn't get away from it.
1 or 2 loss. So you got a couple rivalries going. This should be a good division, a good season. All right. Any words of wisdom, Charles, that you want to?
Well, follow Onenia's stream. He's gonna probably be casting,
now,
streaming his games.
Are you gonna be
right?
streaming your PC games or not?
Yeah, I generally cast probably 80 to 90% of the Blood Bowl that I play, and additionally, I'm in the cross-platform cup representing Team PS4.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, we'll keep an eye out for you, and best of luck for the rest of the season. Try to smash stuff and keep those cool uniforms clean, or actually keep them bloody. That'd be better.
I'll keep them bloody, just not my blood.
All right, thank you for joining us.
All right,
We'll
Thanks
come right
for
back.
having me, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come right back. And I am. And welcome back to Friday Night Fights, covering Division 4D for Season 11. We're going to take a look next at our main event in our undercard series. This is where the main event, we take a look at what we think is going to be the most interesting matchup of the week, and then we'll kind of take a look at the undercards, see who else is fighting this week, and give you some thoughts and opinions. Charles, who do you have up for our main event pick for this week?
Yeah, we have little information about the teams, so I made a preseason tier list to help me out seeing how the teams look before coming in here. So we have 2 teams out of my tier 2 facing each other on Bring Out Your Dead from Rand the Mad versus Beer Brawl Club from Monir.
All right, so we have Khemri versus Dwarf. We have the strength advantage, obviously, for Khemri. And for the Dwarves, they might get a Wizard. Now, let's take a look here. We'll go to the quick coverage here. And let's take a look at this matchup. Here we go. Bring Out Your Dead, 1360 team value. Beer Brawl Club at 1230. Let me jump into the teams here. Anybody injured or out? Looks like everybody's healthy on the Bring Out Your Undead team. And oh, there are a couple injuries here. The Dwarves have a runner who is out. He got a fractured leg. And the blocker is out with a damaged back.
Yeah, they also have not a lot of guard.
Yeah,
of course, it's early game, but there might be some trouble dealing with the strength because of it.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. There's plenty of guard on the Tomb Guardians. And with no negatrates, that's going to be rough. Your only advantage here, I guess, is block. You're hoping that they roll a bad roll. For that, this is going to be a hard
That's
matchup.
true.
This is going to be a hard one for the Dwarves. Now, who's your pick for this win?
I'm going to pick the Khemri because of the strength, because they are a bit more well-rounded. But as you said, the guard might make a difference because some 1-in-9s might change the course of the game, right?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I would pick out, just going on paper here, I would pick the Khemri team just because they have enough guard to deal with Dwarf guard, and the only downside is throwing those dice that come up with block. All right, that should be a fun game to watch. Who do you got up next that you want to take a look at for the undercards?
Well, we have a bye week probably, unless the person comes in. We really hope the people come in because we don't really want to have so few games, right? We want to cover the most we can get.
Yep, so let's skip over that admin team in Grumblebrock Gorgers. He might just get an admin win on that. You want to look at Dazed and Confused versus Luke Varen Silurian. Dude, what's with that name? I'm not going to pick you based on the name. Killing me, I can't say that.
We're gonna need to find a nickname for them because it's gonna be pretty difficult.
I've got a nickname for him, BS.
BS, of course.
BS, right there. I can't say that every week on this show. Well, okay, let's take a look at Dazed and Confused here. Oh my goodness, Beast with Strength 6. That thing has to die quickly. Whoever lets it get out of Season 1 with Strength up is just not doing the entire league any favors. That is a nice piece to start with, though. Well, that has to be a hard decision. Do you take block or do you take strength? I assume you just have to take strength, right? Because now you can muscle up on anybody with strength 6. I mean, you can stand next to a tree if you really have to.
I think most people would take the strength, but
that's a tough one.
The block makes the piece better.
Block,
I think.
Yeah, I think block makes him a long-term piece you could keep forever, whereas strength 6 makes him more of a novelty, and he's fun to have, But
if he happens to roll a doubles, which is more likely than the strength up, then you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Then he becomes one of the best players on the whole division, right?
Yeah. Let's take a look at the development here. He's got one warrior with block. Those warriors are going to be a liability until they get block. Nice killer Pestigore here. Russell tackle piece. Dirty player. So he's got the well-rounded team. He's got a kicker in here. Let's take a look at BS and what they have. BS is lacking a little. Oh no, you know what? Because it's sources, I forgot source don't start with skills. So actually, this is actually doing really well. He's got 4 sources with block. Or no, 3.
That's very good.
3 with block. 3 with block. 4 with block. Sorry, he's got them all mixed up. Dude, who is this coach? We gotta get him on next, because he is just killing me.
It's Shazam.
He's got his sources mixed in with his skinks, and you gotta separate these so I can see what's going on here.
Oh yeah, his whole team seems to be causing confusion to recappers, I guess.
Yeah, he is not doing himself any favors. A Saurus with dodge. What's going on here? Wouldn't you take break tackle over dodge? I mean, that's a double. So
Right.
On a double, I don't know. I don't think I would take dodge on them.
Well, it's probably because he wants to base people and still stand around, so you might get stand firm next, some guard, guard and then stand firm, or vice versa, and he becomes a pretty interesting. We have covered Trauk, if you remember him from last season. He had kind of the same style on his Nurgle Warrior, so
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
Block dodge, I guess, is the thing, but I just think on a Source Warrior, since they're so strong and they've got such good armor, I think you just want to stand in the pocket and keep people next to you so you can keep punching them. But I don't play enough Lizardmen to know. Who do you like in this matchup, Charles?
Picking the Nurgle, they seem to have slightly better numbers for both offense and defense. I have both teams on the bottom half of the tier list, so they're duking it out to see who starts on the right foot. Yeah. And I think it's gonna be the Nurgle this time around.
All right. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. The only thing that's gonna make a difference in this game is tackle. I think that tackle piece but it's on a rotter. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Lizardmen on this one. I'm gonna go with BS. It's a BS call on my part as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Lizardmen on this one. All right, let's take a look. Now, of course, guys, remember, we're just doing this based on gut feelings, not based on actually seeing you guys play. Let's see, who we got next? Mass Bolts versus Drakard Squad? Is that right?
Yeah.
Drakdar Squad? All right, you're on my list as well, sir. Oh, we got DS. Oh, BS and DS. All right. Mass Bolts, let's take a look at their team. Thrower... Let's see, Blitzer, anybody injured? I don't see anybody injured. A lot of well-rounded development here. Few skills on all players that you need. Drakdar Squad. I don't even know what Drakdar is. Is that something? Do you know?
I have no idea.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have to Google it later.
We'll have to figure that one out. Let's see, Black Orcs with block, strength, block. Man, this is a nice Black Orc. This is a good division for both Orc coaches, isn't it? I mean, strength up. That's nice. Let's see, one of the Black Orcs has a damaged back. And one of the Blitzers also damaged back. And a Blitzer with double smashed collarbone. So he's down to, what, strength 1? You gotta cut that guy, right?
Oh, probably.
I mean, strength 1, what's he doing out there? Does he not have enough gold? Maybe he doesn't have enough, let's see, what's his cash? 40k, oh, so that's it. I almost think I would just cut him just for a regular lineman at that point. Just for if you don't have enough players.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, this is, Orcs versus humans, this is a basic matchup. I think in this one, I would have to go with the Mass Bolts, just because they have more well-rounded development on their team. And I don't see strength becoming a factor if you can't really catch up to them. So, who do you got?
Yeah, this is another close matchup. I have these two teams at the bottom tier, so they'll be looking to prove me wrong, and I hope they do, actually. But right now I'm going with the elves. Maybe I have a bias towards elves.
Wait, you don't say... You do? I've never heard that. Of course you have a bias.
But I have a numbers reason for that, and it's because they haven't looked that good, but their offense numbers are much better than their opponents. So
yeah.
if they can score more frequently, figures they have a better chance of winning.
All right. Wait, is Mass Bolt's human team or is that an elf team?
Elf team.
Oh, I was thinking it was a human team. That doesn't change my opinion. Still stupid team. Oh yeah, Edge 4. Like, all the names are the same. All right, stupid of me. Let's take a look at our next one. Who do we have up next?
We have a bye week probably for Sterling Hornets. We hope not, but right now my top team at least is gonna get a free win.
All right, let's skip down. Commanders in Grief versus Bogue Bombers. Take a look here quick. Commanders in Grief coming in at 1290 TV versus the Bogue Bombers, really stacked at 1430. Let's take a look at the Commanders in Grief. We just kind of did a quick deep dive on their team. Plenty of block on this team. Getting some skills built up. Not quite enough fast development to get them out of the gate with a real fast start. But let's go take a look at the Bogue Bombers. They did get off to a really good start. Guard, they have a thrower, blitzer with guard, mighty blow tackle, block dodge piece already, move up catcher. So they've got a little of everything going on here. I think for this matchup, because I called Commanders in Grief as my champion, I gotta stick with them. They're gonna win it all, so I'm gonna go with Commanders in Grief.
By the way,
yeah,
this is your top pick.
Yeah.
Facing Juvsek's top pick for the division.
Oh, there we go.
So we're gonna find out real quick who's the better picker right now.
This is true. We're gonna compare actual data, statistics, and numbers versus colorful outfits. Now, I know which one's better, but sure, if you want to go by actual science, that could throw the whole monkey wrench into my picking system here. All right, who are you gonna pick in this one, Charles?
I have the two teams as tier 3, which is not bad. It means they are right in the meat of the division. They are looking average, maybe looking to go up. Another close one. I'm going with you actually, and thinking Juvsek is gonna get this one wrong. I just think the Arcs have more armor, and early game you can just base and make it a bra, and the fact that they have more armor might mean that they get the numbers advantage and get the game as well.
You're a madman. All right. Let's take a look at our last game, which would be the Rebbl Cheese Thieves versus Sweet Teeth Forever. A lot of food. All right. I don't know what's going on with this division.
Cheese versus sweets.
Yeah. Cheese Thieves. My client is still loading, so let's take a look at Sweet Teeth Forever first. Necro team, it looks like. Werewolf with block, good start. Injured zombie, serious concussion, and a zombie with a smashed ankle, which just slows your movement down. Block on the flesh golems, that's nice. Other than that, not a lot of development. Ghoul with dodge for some reason. Why would the ghoul need dodge? Did you? Alright, I don't know. You can help. You can clue me in on that one.
They start with dodge.
Ghouls start with dodge.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Oh. I was thinking it was a zombie.
Oh, okay.
Charles, I have a cold. Sense. I'm dying here.
Okay, nobody's judging. I'm not judging.
I'm jacked up on NyQuil.
I'm just laughing at other stuff.
No, you know what's funny is I just played like CR Boys, his Necro team, and I thought it was gonna smash me, and I just smashed ghouls all day. I should have known it was, but I'm not, because I play Chaos Dwarves. I don't care about dodge, so that's why I don't pay attention to it.
It's not a skill versus you.
It's not a real skill versus me, no. And I smashed CR Boys 2-0, so you can't talk trash about me again. Let's take a look here. Okay, now we have the Rebbl Cheese Thieves up. Now, I do know that Gutter Runners start with dodge, because those are my favorite pieces for a while. And this Gutter Runner is really nice. Increased strength. I love that little guy. What does he have? An injury? Fractured skull. Nah, he'll be fine. Let's see. That number 3, Pioneer, is the player to watch in this division. I think, is that a natural 1 turn then? 10, 11, 12, 13? Yeah.
Yeah, if he has the sprint, then he's a natural.
Yeah, sprint and sure feet. So that is a natural 1-turner. I assume you just line that up every time and go for it. And not a lot of tackle on the Sweet Teeth Forever. So
it gets my attention that they don't seem to have a bench, at least when I checked. So that natural 1-turner would be on the pitch, right?
Yep.
might be a bit dangerous, but I guess he has enough movement to stay far away from the opponent.
Stay far away if you have to. And then also, if you get the ball first, you're going to score first turn. And unless the opponent can 2-1 grind you, you just score again as soon as you get the ball. Let them score. I would let them score and just keep having a shootout. You're going to win that one as long as your players stay on the pitch. All right.
Yeah.
Who do you like in that matchup? I mean, I like the Skaven team. I think that one turner is just going to be a nightmare to deal with for teams that don't have tackle.
Yeah, I have this as my least close matchup of the week. So yes, the Skaven team, I have them as a top 4 team versus the Necro, who's not looking so good so far, which is like bottom 4.
Sweet Tooth Forever just needs some more development. They haven't been getting the development they need. That's for sure.
That could be it.
Yeah, they'll get it. I mean, they've got wolves, so there's always a chance. There's a lot of movement and frenzy. All right, that should be everybody that we've covered for this week. Remember, guys, again, we're just taking a look at statistics. We're not actually getting to see. So some of these coaches with great statistics may have snuck in under the radar and they get exposed later, or vice versa. Maybe you turn it around, prove Charles wrong, hold a grudge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They have just like 4 competitive games and 4 friendlies, so we can't know for sure. We gotta work with the information we got. So if you prove us wrong, then that's great.
That's better for the show. If anybody is watching and you want to get on the show, please contact Charles. We're always looking to interview, or he'll reach out to you. And we try to get every coach on the show each week. We want to get one person on here. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with the end of the show. And welcome back to Friday Night Fights. This is our last segment. This is our end of the show where we kind of talk about things going on around Rebbl. Any news of interest that you've seen, Charles?
Oh, of course. The big restructuring of the divisions. Yep. What did you think of it?
I don't usually make it to the playoffs, so I don't actually care. I just want to play against other people that are about the same level of skill that I am. So the pyramid tiers don't bother me at all. I just want to fight other people. And this is going to be my favorite season of all. So I get to finally meet somebody that I actually want to play against and crush. So should be a good season.
Dwiggs, the anti-charf guy?
Dwiggs has to die. I don't care. I don't care if I lose every game this season. And I don't care if I lose to Dwiggs, but I have to. I want to wreck his team so bad. So
okay.
I could care less about anything else, but I hope to stomp on every turn. I want to foul every turn. That's my dream. All right, let's not go off on that tangent here. Let's see. Yeah, that's out. For those of you that are new to Rebbl, there is a bounty board. In case there's somebody's player in the division that you don't like, put a bounty on them, and hopefully other people will go out of their way to kill those players.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, there used to be always a bounty for turn 16 kills. So if you happen to foul somebody on turn 16 and get a kill, take a look at that. I know I have taken one of those bounties.
Yeah, and I think one of the things Charles and I always do is we try to foul turn 16 if you can, because it really shows your opponent you respect them. If you don't foul them on turn 16, it's so disrespectful. I see it all the time, and people do that all the time. So
I think it shows that you respect the opponent as a competitor for the future, so you try to leave them with a souvenir from your match so he never forgets. I know Travel Scrabble will never forget the time where I killed his wolf.
No, absolutely. And then
on turn 16.
In the Open Invitational, I just played a European player who asked, "Hey, why are you still fouling?" I was like, "It would be disrespectful if I wasn't still fouling you, sir." He's like, "Okay," and he agreed with it. Okay, so yes, absolutely, foul every turn. Fouls turn 16. Other than that, play good games, get your matches in. Try to get your games in before Wednesday Central Time, 5 o'clock. That's when we record the show, just because it's the most convenient for us to get it in. And I know in our last division, people were waiting until like 3 hours before the timer ran out. And if we can't get your games in, we can't talk about you and cover you. Charles, how's your season looking? Like when you look at your matchups, anything interesting?
Well, it doesn't look good at all.
Oh.
It's a very kill-heavy division. I actually looked at the data from my division as if I was gonna cover it.
Okay.
And turns out I'm second to last.
Oh.
So it's gonna be a very difficult time. I wanna surprise even myself by winning, but I'm not holding out my breath for that.
So this is gonna be a magical season for me on that regard as well. Awesome. You're gonna get crushed, and then because I've never beat Charles in the game. I gotta be honest, folks. He's really good. But if he gets crushed by other people, I'm over the moon. So win-win for me.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's great to hear, actually.
Yeah, that's not an April Fool's joke. That's for real. Get crushed, Charles. Re-roll into something else. Tired of you stupid elves. God, I played you like 3 or 4 times in my first couple seasons. I was like, this sucks. So, I hate elves and I hate your team. All right. Anything else you want to part wisdom on people in the division?
Oh, sure. We really like to stream at least one match each week, so it really helps us if you set up the date on Rebbl.net. Everyone must know the site by now, or tell us on Discord. Any of us, just tell when it's gonna happen, especially Fridays and weekends. We try to cover your matches to make the division more interesting, of course, if nobody is streaming that match.
Well, yeah, even if you're not streaming the match, if you guys put your dates in there and just tell us, hey, I'm going to be playing Friday night at whatever time, it just helps us, because then we can, because Charles and I are on different continents, right? Yeah.
Right.
And so it's easier for us to coordinate. Oh, we can look at the schedule and go, oh, we can get to that show. We're both free. So, yeah, if you guys want, and then we'll cover your show live, and we don't make fun of you, I promise. But it'll be kind of fun for the league to kind of watch the division. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds like a good thing to do. First week is always a little stumbly. Our normal format will return after we get some games played from you guys, and you kind of get used to the way the show flows. And for those of you that just kind of skip ahead and pick out the segments that's about your team, that's fine too. But this week I'm going to be doing something, or this season I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm giving out a prize for somebody that can. I'm going to leave a clue in each show, and anybody who has all the clues for all the weeks of the show will win the prize. All right.
Oh, great.
I know. But as long as you live in North America, I don't think I can send stuff to Europe. So that's it. Anything else, Charles?
No, have a great season, people.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you next week. Welcome back, fight fans, to Friday Night Fights Division 4D Season 11. We're going to take a deep dive here on uniforms, colors, logos, you know, the important stuff. Starting with the Mass Bolts. High Elf team, low expectations. Oof. This is like, of all the High Elf outfits, this is the one you would buy like at JCPenney's. You'd be like, what do you got? Well, we got a blue and red thing, a little bit of gold. All right, that's it. There's nothing that stands out, nothing too bad. Maybe you're taking a business meeting later in the day. That's the outfit you want. The bolts, oh, actually that doesn't go bad. Mass bolts goes well. The black on maroon with blue outfits, oh, that's not the best idea. Dazed and confused. But you were dazed and confused when you picked this outfit. Nobody picks skull pinstripes unless you're a 13-year-old boy. Come on, what are you doing? I like the logo. I do not like what you've done with that horrible, horrible outfit. This is so tired, so plain. It's like, that outfit is the equivalent of wearing a Nickelback t-shirt. Dreadful. Ogres, Grumble, Brook, Gorgers. The green and yellow's okay. It's not really Packer, the NFL Packer colors. It's just kind of a muted color. Nothing really pops. Finger in the bowl, not too shabby. Let's take a look and see what we can. Yeah, green and gold. It's interesting. It's not that great. Scale, I didn't give anybody else a number. Because nobody else impressed me. I'm gonna give you a 5. It's pretty average. Pretty average. 3, 1, 5. Lizard Man. The problem with Lizard Men is that they're always going to have blue skin. So you have to base your logo and your outfits on that blue skin. That being said, green and yellow is just too Christmassy. Nothing really goes with this logo. A 4. Drakkar. I'm just gonna call you the Drakkar squad because Drakkar Noir is so 1980s. You know what else is 1980s? This red Ferrari red color. This is a terrible decision. You've made a very horrible decision here. Let's see. Green and red, and that's it. It just looks like it's Christmas time. Then you double down. The icon. Let's see. I like the logo you selected. That's not too shabby. That goes well, but just this is kind of green and red skin. Just does not make a good look. Fail. Starland Hornets. Remember earlier I was talking about bad uniforms? That would be the skull pinstripes. There's only one uniform that actually makes the black and white pinstripes look presentable. This is it. The yellow and black polka dot. Why? I don't get that. Why would it, even if you're going with the Hornets theme, yellow dots is not, Hornets don't like yellow dots. They kill you for that. No. Stop. Stop. That was like a 2-1. That was a -1. Negative. Oh, good. Dwarf team. Never seen a dwarf team in a while. Yellow and red. Yellow and red conveys quickness. This kind of conveys like a McDonald's worker. Yellow and red. Kind of clownish looking. 4. I'm gonna give you a 4. Not the worst I've ever seen, but definitely not the best. Humans. Oh, this is the worst color. This is a 2 right off the bat because, as my co-host Charles has found out, this outfit looks like your grandmother's shades. This is just dreadful. It looks like a tablecloth from 1960s. No, at no point is that a good-looking outfit. That's dreadful. That's a thing. Oh, I do like the cannon logo. That's kind of interesting, and the way you theme it around. I think that's nice. A beer stein for a logo. Not very good. I do like the Hornet thing though. The black and yellow. That's kind of nice. I just don't like the uniforms. But you knew that. You picked that to annoy people. Don't be silly. Sweet Teeth Forever. I like the logo choice. It's unusual. Oh, I actually like these uniforms. The purple, black. That's a good look. Let's take a look at this, Frank. Where you at, buddy? Yeah, the black, purple, and white. I gotta say, this is one of the top colors in all of sports. I mean, you look at the classic teams like Northwestern Wildcats, black, purple, white. The lightning bolt's a little played, so you're getting a 9, but you can't go wrong. This is one of the top uniforms for this team. Well done. Overall, yeah, I'm gonna give you a 9. It was really well done. Rebbl Cheese Thieves. You guys have stolen some new uniforms. These are dreadful. Yellow on yellow polka dots. Let's take a look at this guy. Yeah. Yellow on yellow polka dots. Like I just said to everybody, polka dots are no good. You double down on it. No good. 3. Oof. Let's take a look here. Now I've already said this team's styling and profiling. In this case where you have green with red, it pops because it's a bright red with the black and white offset. That looks really nice. That looks like a Speed Freak kind of color. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's take a look at this star player. The logo works. The color works. The logo on there works. Just everything with it. The only uniform that's better is the one with the yellow stripes. But I'll give you this one. I'm going to give you a 9 as well. Really well done on that. And bring out your undead. I wish you guys had brought out some new uniforms because these are also ugly. Yellow. Yellow. That's all I can say about That's all that I see is yellow. Yeah, you picked a good logo. That's nice. Just nothing pops with yellow and the gray drab color of the mummies. Even the blue doesn't really pop out. You would think it would. Gold. Nothing. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna give you a 4. It's a little below average. Nothing here makes me want to look at that team anymore. 2 admin teams. Well, nobody cares. They're just 2 teams. So, with that, Commanders in Grief and Sweet Teeth Forever. You guys are the 2 best looking uniforms in the division. Keep doing the work you're doing. The rest of you, go ahead and scrap your team. Start over next season. Pick a better combination. You guys can do better than that. Come on. All right. Well, that's the Friday Night Fights recap of Division 4D uniforms. Now, remember, if you're on this list and you're at the bottom of the list and you want to get off of this list, I don't have the power to do that. Only you can make it right. Kill your teams before it's too late. And start with a new, better logo, better scheme, better color combination. All right. See you guys next week.